Good morning, everybody. This is Mia in the dark because my ring light is broken. Both of my ring lights are broken. Let me try to plug it in again, see if I can get it to work. I don't know if it's the plug. Could be the plug. The light turns on, or this light turns on with the plug. I push it, it doesn't do anything. And then there's a second ring light. Let me see if it works in the computer. Which side is it? It's gonna unplug the mouse. I don't want to do that right now. I got an external plug right here, though. External. I don't know what this is called. Oops. Whatever it's called, it's getting fussy. I got an adapter. I could plug it because I only have room for like one thing in the computer. It still doesn't work. And then I got the second ring light that I keep showing you guys on the stand that falls over. Let me try that one. I gotta get up and get it. Hold on. So I was gonna go through my jobs, and I'll just do it. I want to really post this video. I'm steeping some tea, y'all, too. Let's see if I can get it to work through the plug. So this one wasn't working. It was about to go in the trash, and right before I threw it away, it started working again. Again, the light comes on. It's actually, I don't know why the light is in the middle of the two buttons, which you can't really see. So this is the quality of my videos through my computer in the dark, because I don't like fluorescent lights. I got the blinds open, but it's not. It's right before 7. I'm doing intermittent fasting, but I think I ate half an hour before 7. I don't remember what time I was going to eat at, but instead of eating through the night, my weight has not gone down. I felt like it would keep me from my activity level every 200-300 extra calories, every couple handfuls of nuts or cheese or fruit is going to be another 100 calories. And I feel like if I every little subset of calories that I can, because I used to do that when I used to have a daily limit. I would stop eating at that limit and just say, okay, you're done. Like, you're not one more calorie, and I don't like that, but I was in a weight loss group and it felt like an eating disorder. So I have a skewed version of when I actually went and lost the first 50 pounds, and then the next 48 pounds that I lost, I did it mainly with the Wii Fit exercise bike that was in my room, treadmill that was in the house, and someone gave us a Wii U, which we couldn't use at first because we had like an old cathode ray TV set, tube TV set without any adapters. So actually I had some kind of adapter somewhere that I couldn't get it to work. It was I don't remember. I think I still have it. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that we have. I wanted to spend a lot of time yesterday going back and forth between the rooms, doing my clinic work, doing my phone calls, doing my exercises, doing my eBay store. I wanted to just go through everything, but I did not. And there's other people around that I'm tiptoeing around. There's other schedules. I had just gotten really involved with my work. My partner said that if I wanted to go to the mailbox and take my walk, and that was the time. So it really irritates me. When I'm by myself and I have to do something, I get really anxious. When someone else wants to do something, I just get fuming mad, and I get upset because I have untreated ADHD, and I'm like, every time I get up from my work, which is not just going to grab my tea or grab a water or something, I end up getting way off track when I come back. Having a really hard time getting the mindset right, getting the materials back out. For my clinic, I lock everything up in a file cabinet when I leave. I got a bunch of personal paperwork. For instance, I don't know if you can hear these papers in the printer behind me. I printed these sets up, I feel like 2 or 3 times. Maybe not, because I had the minority business application, enterprise application for Maryland. I had the all uniform application I was filling out, and it got lost when I was sick with COVID, and I didn't extend it. I am so angry. I've spent years trying to do this application, absolutely years, and I am not able to. I have yet to be able to actually get this stuff in. I've paid notaries. I bought the paperwork I needed to prove my business is in good standing, it is a nightmare. I cannot keep spending $10 every other month because I'm not able to sit down and complete it. And half the stuff, it's asking me for board members and all this stuff. It's asking me for 3 years of year-end financials. I don't have that stuff. I mean, why can't the year-end financials would pretty much be the same as my freaking tax stuff? So like, could I just like use my Schedule C profit loss or whatever? It's not even profit loss. What is it? It's like a profit loss page on your taxes, your worksheets and stuff. I'm just going to use that. That's what I'm actually going to do that. And they want me to have 5 years of tax returns signed. They sent me an email about that because I sent my extension that I had COVID and I failed to do anything between November and now. November, December, and now. It's almost March already. It's already the first week, past the first week of February. But let's change gears. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have stuff that works. I do work all day, every day, and I don't get paid for it. It is an absolute nightmare. And when I do get paid, I don't get paid. It turns into less than a minimum wage payment. Because I get paid. See, mostly the average for my career is $350 per hour. But if you do an insurance billing for my contract, it's way less than that. It's way less than half of that. And for what I bill like 2-hour visits, 90 minutes, because that's what I'm doing. And same day charting. If I finish an appointment at 9:30 at night, I can't bill the next day if I finish a chart in the morning or after midnight, which kind of sucks because I think there should be I don't know. What do you do in births when you bill? Because it has a date start to finish. I should look into that. Because you got that, lab orders, medication, management. You do a late night visit or you travel. Do a house call and you travel 2 hours back to your home and you get your stuff what you can. I personally don't want to stay up till midnight. If I'm getting home at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, I personally don't want to stay up at midnight, get sick because I'm up at 3 something in the morning, only sleeping 3 hours and have a whole bunch of stuff to do the next day. So I can't take, this stuff is not free information. So you get free information, you get what you pay for. It's not necessarily correct for the situation. It's not necessarily that's wrong for the people who utilize the system that way. Alright, let's just list the jobs and then I'm going to talk about something in a somewhat spiritual plane. Notary, doula. Anyone who knows that I'm a doctor and a midwife says, oh, so you're a doula. It's like, I've been a doula for 10 years and I've gotten paid for one birth, which I've only gone to one birth because nobody paid me. How can someone be called a doula if I've only done? So I'm certified as a doula, but I'm not a doula. I would not mind doing it sometimes, just because of trying to stay connected to births. I'm a notary. I haven't done notary in over a year. I'm wasting money on the certification and insurance, the liability, and the errors and omissions. I'm a loan signing agent. I do work as a birth, which includes prenatal doula and a postpartum doula. I am a naturopathic doctor. In most states, a naturopathic physician is my title. I also am an ND midwife. I do have a store, which I mainly sell stuff in online. I set up my insurance and all this stuff. How did I set that up? Anyways, I have a lot of insurance for all these jobs, which sucks, in my opinion. But I am, it sucks because the jobs aren't making any money. So the store, I want to do in-person store stuff. As part of my medical, I see all patients, all conditions. I say most conditions online, and I do house calls, telemedicine, in-office visits. And I'm going to do, I've been doing street medicine, so I'm literally parking my chair that we had to buy special for this out in the street or on the sidewalk or in the dirt somewhere by this building somewhere that way. I need a table, and I need a banner, and I need a cover, like some kind of a tent, portable, lightweight tent. And if I ever went to these positions with my vehicle, with my partner's vehicle, I would probably bring, I don't like this one, but the metal table, I can wipe it down, because this one's glass. What's the third table? So I only get two. Oh, I have the black one with the cloth on it. So yeah, if I brought this metal table with me, there's a chance to go tomorrow. I'm really not in the mood for it, but I think I'm going to go just to get the scoop on everything. There's some notary work coming up, but I get information, but I don't get jobs. Somebody's offering like $140 for a job. So something about fax. I was like, I can fax something. This printer, I got to get this printer cleaned up because it's making spots on my paper. So I got to figure out what's wrong with that. I get notary. Let's see what this last one was. There's one on the 16th at 10 a.m. Let's see if it's still available. I should accept it. Somebody already took it, and it was good pay. I know who's taking these. Oh, shoot. I was overwhelmed. This jewelry duty, me having all these new patients. I have a new patient that I was going to schedule for that day before I got that blast. So I wanted to do at least one notary assignment a month to pay for, and/or loan signing to pay for at least the stuff that I'm using to keep the business open. I don't know what this, like in malpractice insurance and different insurance, and where you get the tail coverage or you get this policy, you switch to someone else, you have to purchase some other policy from someone else for a lifetime of like, it just sounds like a nightmare. I hate this racket. I hate this money that you pay and pay and pay. You don't get anything back. You don't get any perks. You don't get any discounts if you miss work because of something. They're like, oh, you're not allowed to get paid back. You order this extra missing work, or building is closed because there's a fire or something. It's like, well, the fine print says because it was due to this, or because it was because of a flood, or because you had COVID-19 and you're not eligible. Like, these different things. I actually have, there's a lot of things I need to like get together with paperwork, personal paperwork, and my biggest fear of making up any kind of insurance claim is my rate would go up. I hate the fear of that and not getting what I paid into. They know that unless somebody's from insurance companies gets on Nextdoor and Facebook, oh, I had to file a claim. I was paying, $500 a month for like home insurance, and my neighbor's tree fell on, and their insurance refused to pay, and my insurance refused to pay, and then they finally did, and now my policy is $1,500 a month. Like, just like, it was my fault, and I wrote a letter to the city, and you're like, the world is unfair, but that just sucks. Because the amount of money that it took to repair, or need to be repaired, is less than 2 months worth of freaking. Less than 2 or 3 months of your new policy, and less than 6 months of your old policy, which you've been paying for the past 35 years. Without a single claim. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. People get tickets, or they fight tickets. They go to the courthouse, and the police will falsely give a ticket. The judge orders that ticket canceled. The insurance company still says, too bad, we still raise your rates. Like, a lot of this stuff. If I hadn't checked in with jury duty, I could risk going to jail for a long time. Days and days and days. Even 1 hour in jail. What if I had been at a birth or something, and I intended to not be there? It's like, it's not a hospital where everybody's like, shift change, see ya, good luck, see you next time, see you in 3 years, It's like, you're there, you're responsible, whether it's an urgent situation or not. I don't want no kind of personal health information violation. Oh yeah, I have all these patients and clients due during jury duty. Like, what kind of proof they want? I can't just print my schedule with their names and stuff on it. I can't, like, so I just had to always be rearranged for someone else. Speaking of, I got like a $500 bill that's due. Oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. All right, so this is where the spiritual part comes in. I had a dream that I had a dream me and my partner went to a store. We didn't have any money. We used credit, or we just like had pulled together some change or something, and we bought a small bag of groceries and spent everything we had on some like fruit pop bars, like frozen bars, some milk, like this small, like a half a gallon milk in a plastic, and like a couple more things. It's like nowadays you could spend your life savings and come out with a half of a grocery bag full of stuff, like a fourth of a grocery bag. So I went to this public place that, in my mind, it was like my school, like I was working at my old medical school. But in the vision that I had, it wasn't anything that resembled the school. And I had gone in and opened up the refrigerator because we had another errand to go to. And the pops were melting and the milk was getting warm. And I had to rush it into the refrigerator right away. And I was standing there, I don't know, putting the bag away or folding the bag up. And this person, whose name starts with E from my medical school, comes up, opens the fridge. They're carrying a big, like, I don't know, thing of macaroni salad or potato salad or something with plastic wrap on it. It was clear industrial containers from a kitchen. Opens it up, I had like this nut fruit bar or something, throws that on the ground. Like, just hits it onto the ground and sticks the thing in there because it fits on the whole shelf. And I'm looking at my food like, oh my god, we just spent money. I just put that in there. I can't believe you did that. And so I said something about it. And she just has this like obnoxious look on her face. And I called her 2 cuss names. And I don't know what happened. Because later on or something, I had the fruit pops and they were like melted but kind of refrozen. So it's like if you had a popsicle stick, it wasn't, the whole pop wasn't on there because a lot of it was in the plastic, in the wrappers and stuff. So I go to turn myself in to admit that I had called someone names. There was like an auditorium though. I just remembered that part of the dream where there was a bunch of people and stuff set up. Big bright room. Can't remember that part very well. But I went into this woman's office. I believe she was African American or black. And there was a huge office, almost like a big apartment size kitchen and dining area. And it was kind of dark. And I go in and I say, I did this and I called her this name and I called her that name. And she's like, I kind of heard it through the grapevine, you know, what happened? I was like, oh, did the other person tell you? Like, no, but I already kind of heard. I said, well, I'm here to tell on myself and take any consequences for my actions and for my words. And there was, I don't know, I think she was holding a baby, and there was like another toddler running around, and there was a microwave or something. She was heating something up. It looked like she was heating up some biscuits and some like white mac and cheese, and like white, like not yellow, like the kind of the box, like, and I forget what else. And I end up sitting at the table. There's another seat here. She sits down, and she's got a sweet voice, and she's just going back and forth to the microwave or whatever, stirring this food up, and she sets it out on a plate and sets it next to me over here to my right, and another kid about 7 or 8 years old, a little girl, comes and sits down and eats, and she's talking about her kids being sick, and the girl is coughing and carrying on and saying they're not about to be in school when they have COVID, or she didn't use the word COVID. So my mind's sitting there like, I'm like super calm. I'm not being germaphobe, and I'm just thinking, well, I'm sitting next to a kid who has COVID, okay, but I'm dealing with the repercussions of my behavior because somebody threw my hard-earned food on the floor in a public place, which is nasty, and I got steamy mad because they were cocky about it with no non-apologetic, non-empathetic And she ends up, so the light's coming through finally, guys, see? It's like, she ends up just taking care. There was like 4 kids, and I was watching this, looking at Facebook all the time, and there's these people in real life that are showing pictures of them and their family on this farmland, and I'm getting so envious. Every hour of every day, I'm fuming mad and feel completely defeated. I had mentioned in real life on Facebook in this group, which before I realized how big it was, that my family member had sold my property right from under me. And I didn't reveal that my other family member took our money that we could have done so much more with. Absolute nightmare. I don't want to be greedy about money, but when you're living in a tent a few minutes from Mount Hood, and you're living in a tent in the middle of San Antonio because you're homeless and broke, and your relative left you a substantial amount of money, and your other relatives stole the money, forged signatures, didn't reveal the will, didn't reveal anything. My dad revealed nothing, and my grandma knew that he stole the money, and she revealed to me. This is in real life. So getting to that part of the dream, back to the dream, I had like a cup or a little plate of something, and which is weird because I was at a potluck the other day, and all I got was 2 oranges. I ended up going to this woman's sink and rinsing off my dishes and putting them on the top of the counter, right? And I ended up seeing my grandma sitting like at a supper table right in front of the sink. And I was like, hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. All right, goodbye, Grandma. Hugs, hugs, kisses, kisses. It wasn't enough hugs and kisses. And I don't know what happened after that. So I got up in real life like an hour later or whatever, and using the bathroom, heating my tea water, whatever I was doing a few minutes ago, and I typed the dream into my phone, into the calendar in real life, and I burst into tears. So going back to the Facebook group, someone said, ask your spirit guides for support. I said, I haven't been able to recover since. It's been like over 20 years that I've been trying to get land back. Any kind of land. Just to even say, to get land. Something in my still small voice in my heart said, the land, keep this one job they had for the government until you get 2 plots of land. I don't care if they're $1 each. I don't care if they're in Nevada. I don't care if they're 150 miles from the nearest road. And I didn't do it. So I'm kind of kicking myself. But I was not able to handle my clinic driving all over the state and using the same amount of money I earned for gas. So every time I worked half-day shifts, go to the gas station on the way home and say, I worked for you, I worked for you, I worked for whoever's selling the gas. So at that point, it gets to be where you might as well stay home, except the only good thing is your taxes show that you have regular income. So I'm an idiot. I didn't listen. I'm regretting it in some ways, but I gotta get this in real life, this clinic. So I had asked for support with the spirit guides from God and from the universe. I forget, I don't think I used the universe, but I had done some praying and meditating just in little spurts this week. And when that dream happened, I couldn't say goodbye enough times. I couldn't do enough hugging and kissing my grandma. And I burst into tears in real life. And I did some praying. I tried to do some talking to my grandma, saying, I wish I knew where your family came from. I wish I knew more. I wish I knew more. I wish I... I wish I could learn more. I wish I could figure out how to get a stable income and buy a house like she did as a single parent of 2 kids. she became a nurse. I wish I could learn some wisdom. And I was praying and I said, yeah, I don't know if Grandma knew that my mom was so abusive, her daughter. And that when my grandma took a leap of faith, she sold everything she had, got rid of her antiques, and moved into some dinky apartment. Barely room for one person in my hometown that I grew up in. And she was a refuge for me. When my mom was abusive, I was older, I could just get in the car and say, I'm going to Grandma's house. me, I'll show you. I'm going to Grandma's house and sit and watch game shows all evening. It probably saved my life. I first had my dog and then my grandma. And my grandma had a couch, a pink couch with a pull-out bed. And my mom slept on that when she was a child. And it looked like brand new, like it just came from Montgomery Ward or something. Brand new couch. Or Macy's or something. I don't know. I don't know where they had department stores. I don't really see those much anymore, but some kind of it looked spotless. There was no wear on it. It didn't stink. There was no dirt. There was no fraying. It was still brightly colored. I don't know how she managed that. I mean, it was faded. Like usually you get stuff that's next to a window and it's got sun bleaching. Isn't that amazing? I have a brown piece of cloth here that ended up in the window, and when we moved after like a year, 2 years living above a garage, the one side is all bleached and the other side is dark brown still. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Actually, that piece of cloth is kind of terry cloth is hard to find. I want to tell you something. I got it as a remnant. But Joanne fabric is gone from here, so I always want to do some impulse craft buying stuff. I don't have money. In fact, I meant to go get some more yarn. My grandma did teach me how to crochet, and I over it through the mail, and I don't do it right. So that's why everything that I crochet looks exactly the same. This is a thing I've been working on since the first time I went to see my kids with the COVID shutdown. So 2021, went back home. So Grandma sent me stuff to crochet instructions, crochet needle through the mail. I bought this. Actually, I think I bought this and I didn't see my kids from into 2019 to 2021. So I think I bought this in 2019. Oh, sorry, 2021. And I came back to the East Coast and I've been working. It was bigger. I've been working on this since 2021 regularly because it's right here at the desk, but mainly only during meetings with our other kids or meetings with 12-step, which I have more than one project. So I have some others that are portable. I bring up some on airplane trips, which I don't do much, but this is what I have from my grandma, is the ability to at least keep one single strand of string. I dropped the needle. I heard it fall. I don't know where it went. One single strand of string into a scarf. I made hats, really bad ones. I had some decent hats actually in the beginning, but I tried a granny square and I still haven't finished my square, and that was from Jada and Stitches. I have 2 scarves that I wear. I don't know. I misplaced the green one. And I have, each of my kids, I have a blanket that I made them. One, it turned into like a box for some reason. Instead of flat like this, it turned into, oh, it's in my lap. That's weird because I thought I heard it fall on the floor. Spooky. Let me turn this video off. So I was praying and complaining that I didn't know anything, and then when I look down, I see that, and I say, okay, that's one thing I learned. I know a woman online who looks like she makes a living selling crochet, and I bought a couple things from her, and they're not my favorite. They really aren't. But it is what it is. Every day I want to have the energy before my 3:30 power hour of my brain to go through my eBay and my Mercari and my online stores and my Facebook marketplace. I'm going to go through this stuff we just take better pictures. And now with the ring lights broken, that was like kind of my, we have a very, very dark apartment, so the sun is still low enough in the sky because it's winter that we have a little bit of light, like low level light. Like it's not as bright, sharp, pinpointed as summertime, but we'll have less light as the days go on towards the solstice. We'll have less light because it'll be up higher, and we only have these dormer windows. One, two. We have 4 dormers, like 5 feet up in the air. They start at 5 feet, or like 5 up in the air, and then we have this window and the back window. You could utilize the stairs in some way, but I think I'm gonna figure something. I need, one of those corner things, those corner shelves. It should be cleaned out for packages and being a walkway, but what I think I'm gonna do is get this one flower pot and some water that's been sitting in the bathroom, which sounds disgusting, and I think I'm gonna water that. Hopefully no bugs come out of it. I think we had bugs come out of it. The bugs want to use this potting soil to lay their eggs, this cockroaches, so you can't bring any of these pots back into the house after you take them out. Even my partner was putting stuff out for like a week and bringing it in, and then there was bugs. Either that or it was in the soil. We had a ton of gold, dirt, Miracle-Gro. I don't know what. So did we go through all but like a fourth of a bag? Where's the dirt now? Did it get thrown out? Like, we had a stack on the stairs of dirt that was sitting there for like a year and a half. So I don't know. I'm just gonna do what I can with the planting. I got 1 or 2 plastic containers in the sink that looked like they're nasty. One had a huge thing of watermelon in it, and I was gonna actually reuse it for fruit, but it's got all nasty because it didn't get washed right away. It's still sitting in there, so I'm gonna clean that out. I guess I'll put holes in it, which I don't want to do. Because I don't have like a, well, I probably do have like a thing to put under it. And I'll use that to start some seedlings with a lid on it so I can have kind of spray it down and use it as a greenhouse. See if I can get that to work without it molding. I want to stop this video so I can post this. Let's see. Oh, I unplugged this so the mouse isn't working right now. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. I'm gonna film a second video so I can force myself to sit down and post this one and get the disclaimer and all that stuff on there. But I can't believe that dream, felt so real. With those, sitting with those kids, sitting with that woman, sitting with this classmate, or standing with a classmate. When I have my partner in my dreams, he's like vague. He's like a spirit. Like he's like, which is weird because the interactions with other people is like, I'm really there. But the spirit guide, I took somebody's, oh, I forgot to mention, that's why I was talking about my jobs. I have spiritual guidance, and I'm an ordained minister and a wedding officiant. I knew there was a point to me having those jobs because I was thinking spiritual guide versus spiritual. What are the 2 terminologies? One is like a spiritual, not living human, and the other one is a living human. That's what I meant to say in the beginning. I'm glad I got that out though. Spirit guide and spiritual guide. And I do have a spiritual animal. I was watching a video where somebody filmed one and said that was rare. And I felt blessed because I didn't want to watch this video. Because I'm like, oh, this is a remake. I've already seen this. But it was, to me, what my memory was completely different. So let me go ahead and get this going so I can get my tea on. I'll get my tea going.